Stand on any street corner in London today, and you'll hear a dozen languages in as many minutes. Nearly 40% of Londoners were born outside the UK, making this one of the most diverse cities on Earth. But rewind 2,000 years, and this place was little more than marshland beside a tidal river, barely inhabited, strategically useless to anyone except the Romans. So how did this forgotten stretch of riverbank become one of the most powerful cities in human history? The answer is invasion, fire, plague, and revolution. The year is 43 AD. 4 Roman legions land on the Kent coast and push inland. They need a place to cross the River Thames, somewhere narrow enough to build a bridge and establish supply lines back to Europe. They find it here. Within a decade, Londinium is bustling. Merchants from Gaul, soldiers from Syria, traders from North Africa. The Romans build their bridge exactly where London Bridge stands today, and a port town springs up almost overnight. But just 17 years later, disaster strikes. Queen Boudica of the Iceni tribe leads a rebellion against Roman rule. Her army marches on Londinium and burns it to the ground. Archaeologists still find a layer of red ash beneath the modern city, physical proof of that destruction. The Romans rebuild, bigger than ever. Stone walls rise around the city, parts of which still stand today. At its peak, Londinium is home to around 60,000 people, the largest city in Roman Britain. Then, around 410 AD, Rome collapses. The legions leave. Trade stops. Money becomes worthless. Officials, merchants, and craftsmen disappear. Within a generation, Londinium shrinks from tens of thousands to a few hundred people living among ruins. For 2 centuries, the city nearly vanishes, but the Thames keeps flowing, and rivers have a habit of attracting new people. When the Saxons arrive, they avoid the old Roman city entirely. They see it as cursed, haunted ruins built by giants. Instead, in the 670s, they build a new settlement a mile west and call it Londonwick, London's trading town. By the 700s, trade is booming. Amber from the Baltic, wine from the Rhineland, pottery from France. At its height, Londonwick may have held 8,000 people. Then, the Vikings arrive. In 842, they sack the settlement. In 851, they do it again. In 886, King Alfred the Great retakes London and makes a crucial decision. He abandons Londonwick and moves everyone back inside the old Roman walls. The city becomes Londonburg, a fortress. The abandoned settlement becomes Aldwych, a name that still survives on London streets today. In 1066, everything changes. After the Battle of Hastings, William of Normandy is crowned at Westminster Abbey. London is now under Norman rule. William doesn't trust the city's population, so he builds massive stone fortresses. The greatest of them becomes the Tower of London, a symbol of power and control that still looms over the city today. Medieval London grows crowded and wealthy. Merchant guilds rise in power. By 1215, London's support is crucial in forcing King John to sign the Magna Carta, securing the city's right to elect its own mayor. London Bridge becomes a city in itself, lined with houses, shops, and the severed heads of traders mounted on spikes. Then, in 1348, ships arrive carrying rats, fleas, and the Black Death. Within 2 years, up to half of London's population is dead. Mass graves fill the fields beyond the city walls. London survives, but it is forever changed. By the 1500s, London explodes in size. Henry VIII's break with Rome floods the city with land and wealth. Under Elizabeth I, London becomes Europe's cultural capital. Shakespeare's plays fill the Globe Theatre. Then catastrophe returns. In 1665, plague kills nearly 100,000 people. 1 year later, in 1666, a fire starts in a bakery on Pudding Lane. For 4 days, London burns. 85% of the city within the walls is destroyed. Christopher Wren dreams of a grand new city. Most of it is rejected, but London is rebuilt in brick and stone. His greatest achievement still stands today, St. Paul's Cathedral. By the 18th and 19th centuries, London is the heart of a global empire. Banks, factories, and trade reshape the city. The population explodes from 1 million to over 6 million. The Victorians build on a massive scale: Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, Tower Bridge, and the London Underground. But wealth is deeply unequal. Slums spread through the East End. Disease kills tens of thousands. Crime flourishes. In 1888, Jack the Ripper stalks Whitechapel. The 20th century brings war. During the Blitz, bombs flattened entire neighborhoods. St. Paul's Cathedral survives, standing defiantly amid the smoke. After the war, London is exhausted. The empire collapses. Smog kills thousands, but new people arrive from the Caribbean, South Asia, Africa, and beyond. They rebuild the city again. The Docklands rise. Canary Wharf transforms finance. The Olympics reshape East London. Today, London is home to over 300 languages: Caribbean Brixton, South Asian Southall, Chinatown, Turkish Dalston, Polish Hammersmith. Glass skyscrapers stand beside medieval churches. Roman walls sit beneath modern streets. London has survived invasion, fire, plague, and war. Each time, it adapts. That's what makes London, London. Messy, crowded, expensive, complicated, and still standing after 2,000 years.